Hey everybody, it's Keegan here. I'm back with another video for you guys, and today we are live in my car because I felt like recording a video in my car today. Anyways, so today's video, I'm bringing you guys another edition of Keegan's movie reviews once again, and today we're going to be talking about two movies, both of which are ones I watched over the past weekend, and both of them I saw in theaters. So yeah, let's not waste any more time, and let's get right into it. So the first film we're going to be talking about is the one I saw in theaters on Sunday, and it's actually not a new movie. It's an old movie from the 50s that one of my local theaters was screening, and it's a movie I've been curious about for quite a while, and I know it's regarded as a classic. And the film in question is the 1955 film Rebel Without a Cause, starring the late James Dean, and it was directed by Nicholas Ray and was originally released on October 27th, 1955. Now, this movie is known for being one of the only three movies that James Dean acted in, as his career and life was sadly cut short when James Dean was killed in a car accident back in 1955 when he was only 24 years old. The other two movies he's acted in were East of Eden, which came out the same year, and Giant, which came out about a year later in 56. I haven't seen the other films that James Dean acted in, but I will check those out eventually. But yeah, this was the one I saw first. I saw in theaters on Sunday, and I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was pretty great, but we'll get to more on that in a bit. But right now, we're going to get into the storyline pretty quickly, and then we'll get into my thoughts on it. So let's take a dive into Rebel Without a Cause. So in this film, it centers around a guy named Jim Stark, played by James Dean, who moves into LA with his family. And Jim's got a bit of a troubled past. He's known for being like a troublemaker or something. And so his family and him moved to Los Angeles for hopefully starting fresh. And from there, Jim meets some new friends and some new enemies, and he has a little fight with like switchblades between one of the enemies, and then the enemies dare him to do like a really dangerous drag race that ends up going wrong, costing the life of one of the enemies, and then people are starting to realize that Jim spoke to the police and they are worried that he might have ratted out, so they're trying to go after him. And without giving away too much, that's basically the story of the film in a nutshell. I really enjoyed Rebel Without a Cause. I thought it was a pretty great movie. It might seem a little bit dated by today's standards, but I still enjoyed it for what it was. I thought the acting was really well done. James Dean was great in the movie. It had some pretty good music. I liked the set designs, and it had some pretty good cinematography, and it was really well shot for a film from the 50s. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It is a shame that James Dean died so young and had a relatively short career, despite acting in a total of 3 movies and a couple of TV shows. But unfortunately, his career and life were cut short when he was only 24 years old. But regardless, he left behind a legacy that will be remembered for decades to come. From then to today and to the future, he will be remembered for having a short career, but having a star in some 3 pretty famous films. But I'm pretty sure out of the 3 movies, Rebel Without a Cause is probably the most well-known of the 3 movies as far as I know. As I mentioned before, I haven't seen the other 2 movies that James Dean acted in, but I do plan to check those out again. I do plan to check those out maybe someday, and then maybe we'll talk about them on my channel. But all in all, I don't have much else to say other than I really enjoyed Rebel Without a Cause. It's a pretty great movie that I highly recommend. But anyways, I don't have anything else to add, so I'm going to give Rebel Without a Cause an 8.6 out of 10. And the last movie we're going to be talking about in this video is a movie I saw in theaters on Monday, and that is the 2023 Japanese film Perfect Days, which was directed by Wim Wenders, a German filmmaker who also directed Paris, Texas. And this film premiered at the Cannes Film Festival on May 25th, 2023. And Wim Wenders is the same director of Paris, Texas, like I said before, which Paris, Texas is a fantastic movie that I actually watched last night. We'll probably talk about that one in another movie review video. But right now we're going to talk about this one. Perfect Days is one I've been curious about. It looks like an interesting film from the trailer. And I've been curious about checking out some more of Wim Wenders' other films after watching Paris, Texas. And when one of my theaters was playing it, I decided to go ahead and see it. And I also thought this movie was pretty great. But right now we'll get into the story of the film and then we'll get into my thoughts on it. So let's take a dive into Perfect Days. So in this film, it follows the day-to-day life of a man named Hariyama, played by Koji Yakashu. And Hariyama is what I would call he's a toilet cleaner who cleans the public washrooms across Tokyo for a living. And on his way to work each day, he listens to music on cassette in his van. And basically it just follows his day-to-day life of what he does every day while he does his job cleaning toilets around Tokyo. And don't let the premise of that fool you. This is a really, really great film. And each day he starts to reflect something of himself throughout the film. And without giving away too much, that's basically the story of the film in a nutshell. I really enjoyed Perfect Days. It was a really well shot and a really well acted film. And a very relaxing film, might I add. There's no violence in the film whatsoever, which was pretty interesting. Much like his other film, Paris, Texas. There is no violence at all. It's a very relaxing film and a very, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not sure if I would say ambient, but yeah. But yeah, it was a really well made film. The acting was really well done. It was really well shot. It had some beautiful cinematography and had a really great soundtrack. I really liked the soundtrack for the film. It's got music from like Lou Reed and a couple of other folks. And it's even got the song House of the Rising Sun, which is a classic song that was actually used around the beginning of the film. And overall, I really, really enjoyed it. It was a great movie that I don't think it got any Oscar nominations. Not that it matters, but I thought this would have been an Oscar contender of a film. But all in all, I really, really enjoyed Perfect Days. It was a great film. And it should be mentioned that this is the second film from Wim Wenders that I've seen so far as of this video. The only other one that I've watched was Paris, Texas, which I mentioned before. I definitely do plan to check out some more of Wim Wenders' other films in the future, like The American Friend, Until the End of the World, and a couple of other of his films, just to name a few. But all in all, I thought Perfect Days was a great movie. It was a really well shot, really well acted, and a very relaxing film, might I add. Anyways, I don't have anything else to add, so I'm going to give Perfect Days an 8 out of 10. Alright everybody, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching this video. As always, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, comment below, subscribe, turn on notifications, share the video with your friends, etc. You get the rest. And more movie review videos will be coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, until next time, this is Keagan Shepherd signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, take care everybody. Peace out. Bye-bye.